Welcome to Westvu. Today, as usual, we have our in-house geopolitics expert, Shalitha Bandara with us. How are you, Shalitha, today?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Anuradha. Thank you for having me today.
Sure thing. We had a sad news this Monday from Vatican. We got to know that His Holiness Pope Francis had passed away. So we would like to offer our sympathy for 1.4 billion Catholics and also the other people who care about the Pope Francis. So that's why we are specially pulling out this program today to talk about how these things will happen in Vatican, because it is one of the most important places on planet Earth when we come to our major topics like geopolitics and power and diplomatic relations. So Shalita, let's enlighten us with some insights. What would right after the news broke out happen in Vatican?
Yeah, the thing, first of all, I also like to express my deepest condolences for His Holiness Pope Francis. I think probably one of the greatest Pope we ever had in that
For
place.
sure, yeah. I think
Yeah,
it is safe to say that the great Pope Francis, because he's the first Pope to took name Francis. Also, he well deserve the great position, the great title. So we will talk about that later in this episode.
indeed. I think you are the first one to name him like the Pope, the Great Francis. And it is accurate too. I mean, there are Peter the Great, Catherine the Great, and all that. Gregory the Great. So it is safe to say that we can one day he will be named like Francis the Great.
Definitely. We hopefully waiting for that, and when it does, I believe I will be named the person who has recognized it as first, right? Let's see. Let's
Exactly.
hopefully, fingers crossed. So, Sharita, let's talk about
Yeah.
the initial steps that need to taken at Vatican, especially the customs, rituals, and some mandatory stuff that need to be happen in within the Vatican walls.
Yeah, sure thing. The thing is, there are special stuffs about happen that preparations, weaving, funeral, mass, and burial. These are the four main cases in this matter.
Yeah,
So, the first of all, the biggest part will be handling by the Camerlengo. Cardinal Kevin Farrell holding that position.
yeah.
So he is the one who certified the death of the Pope, and he already did that, and the announcements and all that. And after that he going to seal the Pope's residence.
Yeah.
That is very important part because that was his resident and his memories and all that, so they're going to seal it. And the fisherman's ring, the Pope's fisherman rings and seal will be destroyed. This is a formality because this is for preventing future misuses. So when Pope passing and after that events, they going to destroy all those powers, symbol of authorities.
Yeah, those are the things that happened right after the news broke out. So also there are few important stuff when we talk about these things. I think there are few days, I think 9 days mourning period in Vatican has been announced. So Shalita, other countries also announced some. I think Italy and US also announced some kind of the symbolic mourning periods and some kind of steps from their ends.
Yeah, the thing is, the 9 days period of mourning, it is a Vatican formality, Vatican ritual. So they going with the 9 days period of mourning. But other countries like Italy, they also have this official 5 days mourning period. And also some other countries offer 7 days. And United States of America, they also doing this stuff, this type of things. I mean, almost all the countries, even non-Catholic countries announcing these mourning periods. But 9 days of mourning period is specifically from Vatican. It is a tradition, and also there are some other things as well, that there will be a public viewing. This will be open to the body will be displayed in St. Peter's Basilica for public viewing from April 23rd to 25th. But there will be some difference, because he made some special requests for simplicity. So we will see some new traditions as well, especially the burial also take place in totally different place. We know that Pope Francis made some changes for that as well. So this time the Pope will be buried at St. Mary Major Basilica. It is a breaking tradition. I mean, we know the Pope Francis is usually doing some new things, and this is prove us that the St. Major Basilica's Pauline Chapel, it will be the burial site, and it shows us his devotion to the Virgin Holy Mother Mary, where he prayed after especially returning from Iraq. So it is also significant.
For sure, for sure. And we heard that when he's traveling on the Italian aircrafts, we have seen some pictures, images that is being displayed within the aircraft cabin, which is Holy Mother Mary. So it is, I think he's a devotee of Mother Mary since the beginning. Right. So also, as you said, usually the most of the popes are being placed under the St. Peter's Basilica as usual, along with the first pope, the Pope, the Saint Peter, right? So Shalitha, who is like, what is the how many popes have been had until like since St. Peter's?
Yeah, 266 popes are there. 266, and
so we are going to have 267th
seventh one. So this is
hopefully
like 1,000 years of history, so centuries. Yeah. So there are 266, and we are about to have 267th.
Yeah. Pope. If we look at in a secular eye, we can say this is one of the longest standing monarchy, even it is not go through the bloodline, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the most consistent monarchy as well.
Yeah, that's true. So usually we say that the Catholic Church is the biggest and the most stable organization on planet Earth. So yeah, it is natural to name it as that way. Also, you know that conclave is going to be happen in Vatican. So Shalitha, can you give us some insights about where it will happen, what are the rituals, how is there any preferities, who could be the next pope, and we will see some cardinals will come into Rome during next few days to participate in the conclave, right?
Yeah. The conclave is probably the most important case, but it is going to happen after few days after that Pope Francis funeral, especially after this 9 days of mourning period. Then there will be a conclave. And it is also the significant thing, because that now they are going to elect one of the most powerful person on planet Earth. So it is also significant, because we know that when we say the most powerful person, it's officially come to mind that the president of United States, president of China, and all that. But the Pope is the most powerful out of all, because he have that 1.4 billion Roman Catholics. So the conclave will be a very important part, and it will be held especially in Vatican. There are specific place for that. We call Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, Sistine Chapel.
Yeah, Sistine Chapel. I think this is the one of the most. I think probably if not the most famous chapel, it is one of the most famous chapel in the world. And also, like most visited building on Earth, one of the most visited building on Earth. When we talk about Sistine Chapel, it's come to mind that Michelangelo's great works and all that. So this place will be the place that holding conclave. There are some sayings in the movie Angels and Demons that once the chapel is sealed, it will be is going to be a fortress. So
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
that's important. So about 138 cardinals are eligible to vote, so they will be there after these formalities. So there will be election. It is we usually not call it election, but it is election. They have several rounds until they choose the next pope. So 2/3 of majority will be the key here. So there are some significant names as well. So we yet to we yet to know who are going to be the forerunners, because there are some people say that the forerunner will be Peter Erdo from Hungary, and some people say no, there will be the Cardinal Matteo will be the front runner and all that. But we have to wait and see who is going to be there, because sometimes there are unpredictable winners as well.
That's what I wanted to ask right now, because
Yeah,
even though we have like kind of a prejudice about these things, but often the history has proven that it can be wrong. It can be like the tables can be shifted last minute, because I think in the view of the Catholic faith, so we usually don't say that it will be like in election, because most of the case, according to the Catholic faith, we believe it is happening with the the divine guidance. So
yeah.
it is usually lead us to different things that than we assume, right? So it is
Yeah,
natural.
yeah.
Also, I
So it
think
is not like going to be that public elections like American president election and all that, because it
yeah,
is the will of God.
yeah, yeah,
So it is the tradition. So
yeah.
they will be choose, but the ultimate power is there. Will be the God will be the one who choose next pope. That is the tradition.
Yeah, and also I think couple of times we heard that even Camelango has become the pope, the next pope, because there is no rule to like there is no way like sometimes cardinals or bishops or even priests hold this position. When most of the cases when cardinals are holding positions, I heard a couple of times even Camelango became the next pope. Is it correct, Shalitha?
Yeah, yeah. There were some most of people think that it is only for cardinals, but
Yeah,
it is wrong. But this is open for every single male Roman Catholic on the planet Earth. So
yeah.
that is the most important thing. That is why we can say this is the will of God, because this is open for everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everyone
True.
is there. Everyone can participate in this case, but it is mostly happen among cardinals. But there are some cases, some priests and some camalangos and all people. They are also elect as pope in these cases. So it is
Yeah,
open for every single male Roman Catholic.
yeah. So then, also for the Pope's funeral, we are expecting some high-profile visitors. Do we have any information about those people? Any expectations? Who would be at the funeral in Vatican?
Exactly. The King Philip's the Sixth and his Queen, His Highness Queen Letizia, will be there. Spanish monarchy, and we
Yeah,
know that the Spanish monarchy and the church has a strong relation for centuries. They did a huge part when it's come to the will of Roman Catholic. So they will be there, the
yeah,
monarchy. And also the King Charles probably will not be there due to health reasons and all that, but the Prince William is going to be there as his representative. And also the President of the United States of America, obviously Donald Trump, is going to be there. He announced his condolences and he's announced his participate as well. And the war-torn nation Ukraine, despite all those strugglings, every single pressure and all that, President Zelensky is also going to be there, and the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, President of Poland, Andrzej Duda, and Giorgia Meloni, obviously the Prime Minister of Italy. I mean, almost all the world leaders are going to be there if not almost all, if the majority of the world leaders are going to be there for Pope's funeral.
Yeah, and also there is another important fact that some people like questioning whether the Putin is going to be there, whether he can come, or what do you think, Shalitha?
Yeah, there were some ideas. There were some rumors in Twitter that President Putin is going to be at the funeral, but according to Peskov, the press secretary of the Russian Federation, Kremlin, he said that it's not going to happen. President Putin is not going to be there because it's not due to some disagreements with the church. It's not that, but these political reasons, and also that warrants and all that. So there will be heavy legal issues for that. So Putin is not going to be there.
I think if we had an airport within the Vatican walls, probably we would receive Putin there.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So unfortunately, we don't have an airport within the Vatican walls. So, and also, I was thinking one thing when you are talking about the Trump, because he is one of the famous characters these days in the news arena. If you remember, once the Trump's family was invited to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, so he refused to putting up the headscarf on the ladies of his family. However, when he was visiting Pope Francis lately, we saw that the ladies in Trump family want some head covers without any request or without any legal obligations. It is completely a voluntary action from Trump. So that is the personal view of his politics, also the personal life over the church and his faith. What do you think about that?
Exactly. I mean, if any other leader would do exactly the opposite. They will go into Saudi Arabia with all the headcarves and all that, because they usually like surrendering for that type of commands, and they probably will go casually to Vatican. But the President Trump is totally different. He refused to do that in Saudi Arabia. He said that that's not our culture. That's not part of our culture. Our ladies not going to wear headcarves in Saudi Arabia just because they are request and all that. But he did exactly the opposite in the Vatican due to the respect to His Holiness and the Christian tradition, and the ladies in Trump families wear headcarves at that point. So that is the importance of Trump family and President Trump. People can say whatever they want. I mean, it is the freedom of his speech, but President Trump always respect his traditions, Christianity, and His Holiness. Despite all those disagreements with the Pope, he still respected him, and the most important thing is he never get any political advantage with these type of cases. He didn't market it.
I think you can confirm that Trump nor the Republicans use this comparison as a political campaign. I'm the only person maybe who is pointing out.
Right? Probably. I mean, you are the only one who asked that question even. That no one even, I mean, some people pointed out it in headlines and all that, but no one used it as a political gain. I mean, not a single Republican. And journalists obviously didn't focus on that issue very much, because they usually don't like President Trump, so they not going to point out his positive side. So journalists like us are the one who pointing out that, because we are usually unbiased to whether it is Biden or Donald Trump. Whoever doing good things, we going to point it out. The thing is, they didn't get any political gain or advantage, even if they could. So the only thing they should have to say, if they need to gain political advantage, that if any other leader would do exactly the opposite. So President Trump at that moment, he didn't use it as a political drama. It was pure intention. It was pure respect towards Catholic tradition. And also what happened in Saudi Arabia, he showed his bravery as the leader of the Westvu.
Yeah, definitely, because I don't think any of the leaders in Western countries should follow the traditions in within the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is not a disrespect to the country. We really appreciate, admire the current administration in KSA, but they love to preserve their tradition. So we should also do the same in our
Yeah,
side. So that's the whole point. Otherwise, we really appreciate the Arabian culture, their beliefs and their faith and everything. But it is for them, not for us. That is the
yeah,
simple
exactly.
argument here.
Yeah, and
Uh,
we respect the MBS that the former the current Saudi administration doing wonderful job when it's come to moderating their nation.
yeah, yeah.
So it's
Even in
not about them.
today, yeah, in today even I shared a video about his the MBS their uh, efforts to give
Yeah,
some rights to women, how the women in KSA appreciate him. So yeah, we really admire his effort. Also the people in Saudi Arabia when compared to other Arabian Gulf countries.
yeah,
So it is not about that. This is something that preserving our tradition and our culture. That's it.
yeah.
So then we will move into the last part of this episode, which is one of the most important one. That is, we need to talk about Pope Francis himself, because the reason he has done some of most unusual acts during his papacy. Shalitha, can you point out a couple of things that he did differently for the betterment of humanity during his time in office?
Exactly. I mean, there are lots of things when it's come to that. Pope Francis did remarkable things during his period. So he was very friendly towards people. He reached to marginalized people. He always be there. So that is why we call him People's Pope. But the most significant things, there are some significant things, is that what he did in 2021 March 7th. He visited Mosul in Iraq. So this is very important because that place is the where that ISIS had previously threatened to conquer Rome. They threatened like that. We have to remember that they threatened to
Yeah,
conquer
yeah, yeah.
Rome and target him, kidnap him, and kill him. They said the very thing in their propaganda video. But after the years of attacks from the Western Alliance and the ultimate defeat of ISIS, Pope Francis went there and he did the prayers in that exact location, and it shows the strength, the power, and the resilience of Christianity, West world, and the Vatican. So it is one of the strongest movement in modern day history. I think he just did absolutely it is bravery. I mean, there were lots of security threats, lots of plots to kill him, but
Yeah.
still he was there for the Iraq Christians. That they still remember that moment. That there was like 120,000 to 200,000 Christians there. So they faced lots of persecutions under ISI's reign, and so most of people went left Iraq. But after this moment, it shows the resilience and strength. They went to stronghold and did the prayers, and that is the, I think, most memorable thing Pope Francis did
I
in
think
his period.
because when we come to like counter attack, when we talk about counter attack in like ideologically or action wise, Pope Francis is the last person that we can think of. But by doing this, he has shown that yeah, we are humble, we are good, we love people, we modest, but it doesn't mean that we tolerate everything. That was the message, I believe,
Exactly.
by his act. So, lastly, we would like to give you some updates throughout our website, also through our channel. We expect you to closely watch our channel and our website, because we always go beyond the general facts and general information to give you some a better picture about the upcoming days that is going to be very important for the future of this world, and at least for 1.4 billion Catholics across the globe. So, Shalitha, what else we can add before we are going to finish this episode for today?
Yeah, the thing is that we will keep posting, keep update about the scenarios, upcoming scenarios, especially the
Yeah,
conclave. We have to talk about it completely in a new podcast, because this is a huge process. This is a heavy process, and
yeah,
it takes days, it takes months. Sometimes it took it took years. For example, that there are some historical incidents that sometimes it took years to elect to get the new pope. So
yeah,
there are some interesting facts and all that when it's come to conclave, so we can talk about it, and we also can talk about the front runners, who will be the next, who is the most likely to be our next pope, and all that. I mean, stay tuned and stay with the Westview, so we can keep update and keep posting our audience.
sure. I believe that we will receive a huge number of people in Vatican during next couple of weeks, because as usual, the Vatican, the St. Peter's Square will be occupied by thousands of people. I think the capacity is, if I am correct, Charlie, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think we can accommodate at least 60,000 people within the basilica itself, which is standing. If it is standing, if it's sitting, I think 30 to 40,000. But in the St. Peter's Square, I believe we can accommodate more than 140,000 people in the area. So probably nearly 200,000 people will be around the St. Peter's Square and the Vatican to see this historical and monumental scenes in person, live. Also,
Exactly.
our fellow journalists will be there for days, and we would like to wish them all good when they are doing this sacrifice, because it is not easy task. Even if you are just a viewer at this location, it is not an easy task to wait 10 to 20 days in a place just to see something monumental to the world. But it is totally worth it, Shalitha. Do you agree?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is like monumental. This is history. This is like they witnessing the history of the funeral of one of the greatest pope, and they also going to witness the rise of new pope. So it is they going to witness the history. So this is the moment, and this is the incident of the year.
Yeah, definitely. Because this is not very often happening. Sometimes some people may wait their whole lifetime to see this. So yeah, it is not a common thing. So stay tuned with us. We will try to give some different angles, especially Westview. We give the Western view. So until next time, thanks for joining today. Do not forget to subscribe our channel and also share our content and share your thoughts, your suggestions, complaints, whatever in your mind. Do not forget to share it. Okay then, thanks Shalitha. We will talk soon again.
Thank you very much.